What if I told you the number one reason outsourcing fails has nothing to do with your freelancer? It's not about their scale, their price, or the platform you found them on. The real problem is that you're thinking about it all wrong. This mistake is the very thing that kept me paralyzed for years, drowning in work I thought I was successfully delegating. We're always told to outsource the task, but what we should really be doing is outsourcing the system. Understanding this one distinction is the key. It unlocks everything else. For years, I wrestled with what I call outsourcing hell. I'd meticulously craft detailed briefs and entrust them to skilled freelancers. But the deliverables, while technically functional, missed the mark entirely. One specific project stands out. It was a seemingly simple website project, budgeted for a week of work, that ballooned into a 40-hour debugging nightmare. The tech stack was completely different from what I expected, riddled with bizarre custom code. I found myself at 2 a.m. battling poorly written code. I was not only frustrated, but furious at the wasted time and money. It felt like I'd paid someone dramatically to increase my workload. It was in that moment of frustration that I realized the entire premise was wrong. The fantasy of handing off a task and watching it magically get done is a lie. The real missing piece isn't a better freelancer, it's a better system. A system that turns you from a stressed out micromanager into an effective delegator. After years of failure, I boiled this down to 4 non-negotiable rules. Get the first one wrong and the other 3 are basically useless. But get them right and you build a business that pulls you forward, not one you have to constantly push. This foundational first step is the key to it all. Before I give you the rules, we need to make this real for you, tailored to your specific situation. I want you to do a specific actionable exercise right now. It will give you more clarity in 5 minutes than most people get in months of failed outsourcing. I call it the Delegation-Ready Audit. Grab a notebook or open a document and I want you to create 2 columns. So the first column are low-stake tasks, and I want you to list 3 to 5 that you do every week that are repetitive but not mission critical. So formatting a newsletter, creating social media graphics, or running a report. The second column should be fears. For each task, I want you to write down your biggest fear in delegating it. For example, they could get the branding wrong, or they'll mess up the data, or it's faster to do it myself. Pause this video, set a timer for 5 minutes, and fill this out, and be honest. Okay, welcome back. That list you're holding, the task with the least scary fear next to it, is the perfect candidate for your first test. The rest of this video will show you exactly how to delegate it safely. The system I'm about to show you is designed to destroy those fears. So how do we do it? Well, here are the 4 non-negotiable rules that built the trust I needed to finally let go. Rule number 1, you've got hints of it already, but it's starting with a low-risk task. Never ever outsource a critical complex project first. That's like getting married on the first date. Use one of the tasks from the exercise you just did. Give a freelancer that small, non-essential task. See how they communicate, see if they deliver on time. This single step will save you from 90% of outsourcing horror stories. Rule number 2 is that the brief is everything. Your project brief needs to be so ridiculously detailed that it's almost impossible to get wrong. Forget what you think is obvious. You need to define exactly what done looks like. Specify the technology, detail how it should integrate, and provide examples. A great brief makes an average freelancer good and a good freelancer great. Rule number 3 is budget time for a mandatory review. All outsourced work must be reviewed internally before it goes live. This is a real cost and you must factor it into your timeline and your budget. This isn't micromanagement, it's quality control. It's the step that allows you to sleep at night. And finally, the rule I promised you, the one that will save you from being held hostage. Rule number 4, they use your tech stack, no exceptions. This is the deal breaker. If a freelancer builds something using their own preferred obscure tools, you become dependent on them forever. When they're gone, you're left with a black box nobody can fix. Requiring them to use your standard tech stack ensures the work is yours. It guarantees your team can support it long after the contract is over. Seeing these rules, you can understand why this system is so critical. It leads to the most important shift you can make as a leader. Your role has to change. You must shift from being the doer, the person who is the bottleneck for all the work, to being the architect, the person who designs systems that enable good work to get done by others. Outsourcing isn't about finding a cheap pair of hands. It's about building a system of delegation you can trust. It's about shifting your mindset. You have to stop asking, who can I hire? And you need to start asking, how can I make this project so clear that anyone with even a modicum of talent can succeed? When you do that, you're not just outsourcing a task. You're building a scalable business. You are buying back your time to become the architect, not just another person drowning in the work. But the learning doesn't stop here. As you start applying this, I know new specific questions are going to come up. To help with that, I've put a link in the description where you can directly submit any questions you have. I personally read every submission to decide what to cover in future videos. So to make sure you don't miss the video that answers your specific question, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications. And finally, if this video was helpful, giving it a like is a huge help. It tells the algorithm this was a valuable piece of content and that I should make more like it. Thank you for watching.